Why, hello everyone and welcome back. Today is another busy day for us. Our first thing today is we actually have to go to the kindergarten and have our kindergarten interview entrance thing. Yeah, it's basically an interview process where they talk about Mary and her needs or whatever. And then after that, it's basically just kind of a waiting game to see if we actually are accepted into the kindergarten or not. Yeah, I think we will be, but I'm not sure. I think we're very lucky to be where we are. If we were still in Yokohama, it'd be a lot more stressful because it's literally kind of like first come, first serve kind of thing. And a lot of people will go out there at 2 a.m. and wait in line to get into their kindergarten because it's first come, first serve. Yeah. But I don't think our kindergarten's like that. At least I'm really hoping, because there's no way I can go and stand out there for an amount of time with Mary. And yeah. But we are actually about to leave the house. It's a good 5-minute walk to the kindergarten, I guess. And it's about 45 minutes until the time that they start interviewing people. So I am hoping that there isn't a line, but you never know. So I'm going to go a little bit early. Hopefully they will allow her to go into the play area that they have and just run around and play and do whatever. Both Naoki and I are both going, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. We have arrived and we're like the first ones in line, which I suspected, but they're not allowing kids. No. But they aren't allowing kids to play on the playground because of the whole corona thing. So we are back from the kindergarten and I'm not happy at all. Basically, they were like, basically they didn't like the fact that she couldn't speak any Japanese and that she didn't really understand Japanese either. Yeah, so I'm not very hopeful about her being accepted. They were like, she only knows English, she's going to come here. And I'm like, yeah, of course. How else is she going to learn Japanese? Because Naoki's not home enough to really teach her Japanese. And I'm not the person to be doing that because I don't know Japanese that well. And that's what the school is for. She will eventually get it. She's only 2, and she'll be 3 going into the school. So now is the time to start her on Japanese and not make her wait until elementary school, which is another 3 years away. Yeah, that's just gonna put her even further behind. I don't even know what to say. So let me back up a little bit and tell you a little bit about the interview process and what it all kind of entails. So basically, we showed up at the time and we got a number, and then they called the number, and they put you in like an interview classroom kind of thing. And the person interviewing you basically asks the child multiple different questions and see if they understand or not, or if they can do certain tasks, that kind of thing. It's like an assessment almost. And yeah, Mary didn't do so well because she doesn't know Japanese all that much. I mean, she knows it, but it's not like I ask her to do tasks in Japanese. I use English. So when they were like, oh, which container is bigger, they kept saying it in Japanese, and she was just like, because we were kind of like holding her back from choosing until she actually like got it. And I was like, big one, what is big? Big. And using English, big. And she was like, ah, big. And like knew exactly which one to pick. So I know she's there, like intellectual level. It's just understanding in Japanese. But that I feel like they just need to be a little bit more understanding about, especially me, the mom, who is with her 24/7, being an English speaker. So, yeah. And they had a bunch of other ones. They did some like color stuff, and she knew the colors, but in English. And she even said square. I was so surprised. I've been trying to work with her on shapes, and she actually said square, and I'm like, oh, that's so good, you know square, yeah. And they were like, oh wow, does she know her shapes? And I'm like, she's getting there. But in English, not in Japanese. Even though I do try and tell her the Japanese names, it's not like only kind of thing. So, yeah. And they kept trying to get an answer from her, like, how old are you? How old are you? And like, I'm 2. They want an answer, but she would never give an answer because that's not a question I prompt her on. Like, and nobody ever asks her her age. Yeah, even like the old people around, they don't ask Mary, oh, nansai desu ka? What? How old are you? Nansai desu ka? They don't ask Mary. They ask me, the mom. Oh, kodomo wa nansai desu ka? How old is your child? And I'm like, oh, Nisai, 2. She's 2. Like, they never ask her. And even if I ask her, oh, how old are you? It's kind of redundant. Why would I ask her? I don't know. It's just a question that I'm just like, it's not a natural question that people always ask you. So I'm just like, why is that question so important? Yeah. Now they were asking her her name kind of thing, like, oh, what's your name? Onamae nan desu ka? What's your name? And she would never respond. And yeah, that didn't surprise me because she barely responds to her name anyways when it's called. And if I'm like, oh, Mary, come here, she'll come here, but it's not like she looks at you because she heard her name. Or if I just say her name, Mary, she doesn't look at me to see what I want or anything. She just basically ignores me. And that goes for pretty much anyone. She knows her name, but she doesn't know, I guess, to say her name. My name is Mary, or watashi wa Mary desu, or Mary. It does, like, she just doesn't, I don't know. And I got her to say her numbers, even though they didn't even ask about that. I'm like, she can say her ABCs and she can count 1 to 10, like, no problem. But of course they're not going to ask about ABCs because it's not here. But I don't know. And I don't know how to make that any better for her. Like, we have tried switching over to using Japanese numbers, like ichi, ni, san versus 1, 2, 3. So I don't know. She just won't repeat it. We'll be like, ichi, and try and get her to repeat, or ni, and try and get her to repeat. She won't do it. But if I go 1, she'll go 1, 2, 2, 3. She'll repeat the English, no problem, and super fast. But Japanese, she's just like, what the heck are you saying? I feel like she thinks it's gibberish. But if she goes to school, she would learn that it's actually something you say and do, the Japanese language. And I feel like it just has to click with her in school, where it would be Japanese all the time versus little words here and there that I say. I think it would help her so much in the Japanese language aspect, let alone socialization with other kids and just learning different things that kids learn while they're in school, especially in kindergarten or preschool. So yeah, so I just have a really bad feeling that they're going to reject her for whatever reason, most likely because she doesn't know Japanese. But I am very adamant about, if she goes to the Japanese school, she will learn it. She's a child, she'll soak it up like a sponge. And my friend Joy, they have both English-speaking parents at the house, and their son goes to a Japanese kindergarten. And he's doing really good with his Japanese. Like, it takes maybe a month or two for them to really adjust, but they get it. They soak it up like a sponge. And my friend Joy is always surprised at how well he speaks Japanese when he speaks to his friends or to other Japanese people. She's just like, oh wow, because he doesn't speak Japanese to them, he speaks English to them, of course. But when he's out and about and they're walking around and stuff, and people are like, oh, you're so cute, or how old are you, or like, oh, what school do you go to, or da-da-da, like all of this questions in Japanese or whatever, he's able to answer. And yeah, and have friends who are Japanese and everything. So I really don't understand why they are being so down on her only speaking English. Like, so today we only paid 5,000 yen, which is about $50. And I would think that's kind of average. I know in America it's not really common for lower grades to have an application fee. That's usually for only universities kind of thing. But $50, yeah, that's about average, I'd say. And pretty cheap, honestly. But if we do more on our second interview, they will most likely ask for more money for the entrance fee. So, and that will be like 85,000 yen. Yeah, close to $900. It's a lot of money. But if it means that she's accepted, I'm more than happy to pay that. Yeah, because that covers everything. That would cover, I believe it would cover her uniform and like miscellaneous like stuff the school needs to provide for her kind of thing. And they have other fees, of course, that are like throughout the year, but they're very little. So yeah, and we wouldn't need to take the bus. They have a kindergarten bus available, but we live like 5 minutes away. They were so surprised. They're like, oh, how do you plan on coming to school every day? And I was like, probably walking. And they were like, what? Wow, why? And I'm like, because we live very close, like 5 minutes walk. And they're like, oh wow, okay. Because I think most people either drive or bike or some mode of transportation versus walking. We went grocery shopping. Lots of groceries because basically my refrigerator is empty and I didn't have anything to cook for dinner tonight. So I had to get stuff for that as well. But lots of groceries. Let's get going. I guess I will just kind of work down into the bags. All the stuff on top is like soft stuff. So of course I have like bread and toasts and things like that. It's actually been a lot harder shopping now that I'm trying to do this like specialized diet. But tortillas aren't that bad with calories wise for me. So like I can have one tortilla kind of thing and it's only 83 calories. So just stuff it full of stuff kind of thing. yeah, but of course I got lots of different breakfast breads, mainly for Mary, but also for Naoki. So this one's new and I wanted to try it. It's like a chocolate crunch bread type thing. It looked good and it was cheap. Sorry about the background music. It's Paw Patrol because Mary is being insane right now. Yeah. I also got some like bread that has stuff for Mary. Like it's basically kids bread and it's stuffed with vegetables. Yeah, she loves that and I'm like, hey, it gets her vegetables in, right? Got some like strawberry bread. This one is an apple bread. This is really good. Of course, I can't really eat any of those breads because, yeah. And I got some snacks for Mary. I got these and I got these. They're kind of the same thing. They're vegetable oriented because I try and get as much vegetable stuff in her as possible because she won't eat regular vegetables. And yeah. The next things down in the bag, I have some frozen pizza, like bread sandwich things, mainly for Mary for like lunchtime, because it's easy. Yeah. I also got some shredded cheese. I got sliced cheese. I also stocked up on some onion as well as a thing of potatoes because you can never have too much of this around. I feel like they're a good staple. So yeah, I couldn't resist and I did get some ice cream. And I say some, but I got 3 of these. They're one of my favorite ice cream sandwiches here. And it looks like this. It's like a chocolate ice cream with a chocolate cookie sandwich kind of thing. So good. Oh my gosh. And I used to never be able to find them a lot. And this grocery store had like a whole little thing for them. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how long they're going to be there. I want to get 3 to last me. So that's what I have. I'm not sure how long they will last me, but I'm hoping a while just because it's one of those things that like late at night I'll get a really big sweet craving and it's just a nice finish to the day kind of thing. Maybe after a nice hot bath. Some people like to have a beer. Well, I can't really have a beer right now because I'm pregnant, so ice cream is the next best thing. And we are going into the fresh items. I got some mushrooms, I got broccoli, I got some kabocha, which is the Japanese pumpkin, and what else? I think that's like the fresh. All the like spinach or bok choy, even cabbage now, I get from my local vegetable stand, so I don't even like buy them at the store anymore because I'd rather support them who are like my neighbors versus somebody else who lives a lot further away and it's not as fresh anyways. So yeah, I also have ham. I have some yogurt because this is also a really good snack for me, as well as Mary loves this stuff. She won't eat plain yogurt though. I've tried giving her plain yogurt, she won't eat it. She will eat the heck out of some flavored though, and I'm totally with her on that. I'm not a big plain yogurt fan either, so like mother, like daughter. Meals I plan on making is chili for this week, and so I got a bunch of chili ingredients. I got kidney beans and I got some garbanzo beans. I got some, these are soybeans. I guess they're kind of just another bean to be like put in there. I like a lot of beans in my chili, so. And I got some diced tomatoes. This will all be for chili at some point during the week. I'm not sure exactly when I'll make it, but yes. I picked up some pasta sauce. The last pasta sauce I picked up was, it was good, but it was spicy. Like, why was it spicy? There was no reason for it to be spicy. And it threw off everything that I made with it. And I was making pizza that day, and it really threw off the pizza. Like, none of us were expecting the spice, especially Mary. She did not like it. Yeah. I also got these individually wrapped chocolates as like, I guess, an end of the night reward kind of thing. And one little packet of chocolate for me is only 18 calories. So I find that a plus, because it would be just enough to like crave my sweet tooth for the evening kind of thing. So yeah. I also picked up some things for the holidays coming up, because I want to make sure I have it, and if it's not in the store then, and it is now, I want to make sure I have it. And one of those is fried onions. Like, oh my gosh, I love these, and usually I was only able to find these at Costco. And I found them at my store, and in the perfect size. This is like the perfect size for like making one side dish. And I got some cream of mushroom. I'm still looking for like cream of chicken and cream of celery. The ones that you use a lot when you're baking during the holidays, but they don't tend to have those. Yeah, those are pretty rare. The cream of mushroom has become more common, but any of the other ones are not very common. You have to go to like Costco or order online, and that's just very troublesome. Drink-wise today, I got some oolong tea, which is pretty much a big staple. And recently, I've been getting this green tea. It's so good. This is 0 calories, and I think this one is pretty much the same thing. Yeah, 0 calories. They're both 0 calories. I can drink as much as I want, and I pretty much do that. I don't really limit myself on how much I drink, because I'm always thirsty, and that goes with having GD. So yeah, these will last me maybe for the week, and that's it. And then I'll have to buy more, but that's to be expected. And we're down to the last bag. Yay! Oh, there's one more fresh item. I got some fruit because I like fruit. I love fruit, even though I can't have a lot of it. But I found some grapes, and I thought these are nice to have like one or like a small handful and be satisfied with, versus having to eat like a whole Mikan or a whole apple kind of thing. Fruit has a lot of sugar, natural sugars, and that's not good for me. So I have some tofu, and they're like individually wrapped that way they last longer for me. Yes, I have some tofu mainly so I can make hamburger steak, and it just helps stretch how much you can make. Of course, I have ground beef. Half of this will be for hamburger steak, half will be for chili. So I also got some thinly sliced pork. Don't know what I'll use it for, probably in a stew or something. Yeah, it looked good, and it was a good portion size, so I was like, why not? I got some pre-seasoned chicken thighs. They're pre-seasoned with a basil garlic thing, I think. It looks really good, and I can't wait to eat that. So that'll be one night dinner sometime. I got some thinly sliced beef. Yum yum. Some more sliced beef. This is pre-seasoned, and it also has like green beans in it as well. So I don't think they're green beans, but yeah, they taste good, so I don't complain. And last but not least, I got some steak. Yes, this is a 500-gram steak, and I'll cut it in half, one for Naoki and one for me. So yeah, I'm really happy about this. It's a nice thick steak versus being really thin. And yeah, I love me some good old steak. So that's about everything I bought today. And today's grand total is 10,274 yen. So that's about 150 $105 maybe. $110 US. So yeah, but it's gonna last the whole week for 3 people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's all good for me. Yay! Whoosh. And it's bedtime. Can you say night-night, Maddie? Night-night. Night-night. No. Well, guys, it's already the next day, and I think that's about all I really have to say about the kindergarten stuff and all that jazz. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. If you stuck in it for the game, you're here for it. Oh my gosh. Update on kindergarten. Yeah, we were officially rejected by our closest one, and yeah, as I have learned, they're one of the top yochens or kindergartens in our area, and they are a strictly learning yochen. So yeah, but we found another kindergarten that had some openings, and we went today, did like an interview thing. Mary played a little bit, and yeah, they said it is okay and she's good to go for next year. Yay! I am so happy because that means so much stress is off of me now, because I was getting really worried that she wouldn't get into a kindergarten next year, and then I would have her running around like a madhouse and a newborn baby in the house, and I was just gonna go insane. But she has the yochen, and now, yeah, that's all good. I'm happy. So that's that. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to give that little update. She actually has a kindergarten now. I'm happy, and the best part about it is it's a Christian kindergarten. So yeah, it's not like a huge advertisement on it, but yeah, they are a Christian kindergarten, and that's like a plus for me, like bonus. Hello, yay! So we're happy. Everyone's getting what they need to get in their life right now, education wise. So yeah, I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.